This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but it's real quick. Oh my god. Mama, that burned.
Them to see exactly what the stylist is saying. And after reviewing the photos together, I explained which areas needed to be trimmed or cut and which areas needed more significant length removed due to the amount of breakage. However, she decided that she did not want any of her hair cut.
Okay, so you see all of this here? You see all of this here? All of this you can see through here? That's all got to go. That as women of color, we hold on to length. I asked you, are you attached to length? Because if you're attached to length,
I said both.
yeah, you did. You honestly said both. But what I'm telling you, usually when people honestly say both, when they see how damaged their hair is, when they see how damaged it is, they like, all right, you right, because it looks bad.
You are. So you say here, I'm saying here, like.
But you just asked me for my professional opinion. I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the answer.
And then like the next 2 times.
No, there's no next 2 times. You lucky I ain't pull out my clippers. That's how bad this is. You're not, I don't think you're understanding that. You're lucky I didn't pull out my clippers. That's what I'm saying. Because that's how bad this is. Your hair, it is, you doing this and doing this is not going to make it go away. It's not going to make it get any easier. It's dead hair. So let me just tell you something. If you put oil or you put grease on a dead person, does it bring them back to life? No. So if you put oil and grease on this, it's not going to resuscitate this hair. You got to cut it off. You got to bury the dead person. It's the same thing.
Okay.
You got to get rid of it. But if you're going to hold on to the, if you're attached to it, if you attached to the boyfriend that's abusing you, then you stay with him. You stay with Ike. Other than that, I can't help you, shit. Because me and my scissors, we gonna cut that dead stuff off. I don't hold on to things that don't serve me. So.
And I understand that.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, can we cut this?
You already asked that. I answered.
So no.
You already asked that. Yeah. My client's hair is the healthiest hair because they do what? They listen.
Okay.
If you don't listen, the hair is not, it's not going to work. I have a relationship with my clients and their hair has a relationship with me. But if you think you're going to keep combing that section and it's going to magically get all the way to the end. Baby, sweetie, you could watch a drive-through movie through the end of that. You want my professional, you plait it, go to the barber on a Tuesday, let them cut it all off.
No.
Okay.
So let's get the cutting.
But
you straighten it.
I can't get it past that. That's what I'm trying to tell you because you're oohing and ahhing, and I can't get. And you're like, but you're not flat.
Just do it.
No, but as a stylist, I do.
Okay.
I do. I don't hurt people. I don't create hair trauma. I told you it feels better, but I will say this and I will keep saying it. Black women's hair should not be this difficult. It is like dealing with a toddler watching, it's kind of like if you ever see a bad kid and the parent is like, oh, Billy. It's like, no, you are pacifying the bad behavior. Cut it off and let's start all over again. We should not have to, black people should not have to, we don't need to detangle our hair. As long as it's taken care of, it's treated, and it's fine. Because you want to know what? I had 250 clients and I don't got this problem. We don't got this problem. Because the damage is in multiple parts.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
What I've told you is we're going to plait it in the section, and you're going to have to make a decision of a big chop. I'm not taking any money from you or anything. You need to make a decision of a big chop. Your hair is damaged in so many different spots.
Not only did she not want the damaged areas removed, but she also did not want a trim. And at that point, I had to make a professional decision. And one thing I want everyone watching this video to understand is that healthy hair is the foundation of everything that I do. My goal is not simply to make her look good for a day. My goal is to help clients achieve healthier hair long term. And because of that, I do not style over significant breakage. And I do not finish services when the hair requires corrective work that the client is unwilling to address. If I know what the hair needs and you choose to ignore it, then I'm no longer acting in the client's best interest. So this is where her service came to an end. Now I want to be very clear. This was not about money. Get rid of that breakage. Joanne, I'm sorry. Like right in here. So you can get rid of all of that, and then your hair can come back in healthy.
Yeah,
Okay. So what do you want to do?
that's it. Just press what you've done. I don't want to get a trim or anything.
You don't want to go through with your surgery?
Yeah, the cut.
So you don't want to cut anything at all?
Not for the trim or anything, just what I've gotten done so far.
Okay, well, so you just want to leave your hair like this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Okay. Good. Yeah.
That hairstylist isn't scissor happy. You just haven't been taking care of your hair. Yep, let's talk about it. So it's time for your soap press and your hairstylist is telling you you need to cut off more than what you want. And it's probably because you have a hole in your hair. As you can see in this video, I'm showing you where the hair appears more thin. This is actually where the most breakage and damage is. This can be caused by many different things, but a way to prevent this is by getting regular trims. And yes, even when you're wearing your hair under wigs or braids, you still need to make sure you're getting these trims regularly. I also only cut what my client is comfortable with. However, we will come up with a plan to make sure that you prevent this from happening in the future.
Because I stood behind the chair for over a decade, I take it personal whenever I hear women talk about cosmetologists and black hairstylists being scissor happy. This video is over 7 years old, okay? That's why the picture looks like this. But when I make videos and when I have commentary like this, it's because I didn't just look at it in observation. I was the girl that women came to see after they tried the Team Natural thing for years and years and years, and they would stretch their hair out and they're ready to come in to see a professional for a trim. They think all they need is a trim because they think they've been doing such an amazing job with their hair. And when we finally got to everything, when we finally got to the bottom of everything, we would see that all of the things that they thought they were doing to help their hair was actually damaging it. And the majority of the hair that they would think that they had grew out, or the majority of the hair that they thought they had that was healthy, in reality, you could barely comb through it. And most of the time it was really disappointing because most times, I'm going to say the majority of the time, women did not want to get rid of the damage. You would see the length. And right now, even with this color, even though, oh my God, this video is so old, so the quality is bad. But even with this, right, until you put a white shirt on so you can actually see, you really think that your hair is full. You think that it has density. Even looking at it right now, you would say, oh my goodness, like, you know what? That right there, all it needs is a little bit of a trim, right? Because it still looks full a little bit around the ends. But oh my God, it lies to you. When our hair is swollen, it lies so much. And this is why I'm 1000% against people giving you a trim or a haircut to get rid of dead ends when your hair is just blown out. Because as you just saw with your own eyes, your hair is 2 different densities when it is wet and then when it's blown out. So 3 different densities, from wet to blown out to straightened. So this is the reality of her hair. This is what her hair looked like, and it looks like 2 completely different heads from what it just looked like when the pink cap was on. But this is the true reality of her hair, and this is what you just saw from that last woman. Now, that hairstylist, that cosmetologist that was on there, that is a recent video. This video was filmed over 7 years ago, and honestly just gives me confirmation, and it makes me feel good about the decision that I made to step away from behind the chair to focus on the science of hair and the patterns and routines that Black women have. Because I know some of you are tired of me saying the same things over and over again, but the things that I've been trying to prevent you from really walking in, most of you didn't listen, and most of you are walking in right now. But I don't know this woman. We did the same type of appointments to the point where we both have the same hole in our cape from cutting it. I cut it that day, but we both have the same hole in the cape because most of the time our appointments turn into this. Instead of our clients having healthy hair and every time they come back their hair getting thicker and thicker and longer, we're dealing with things like this. And stick around because I'm going to give you a good example of somebody who actually did listen and let me cut the majority of it. But even though she was okay with, you know, a miniature trim, if that's what you want to call this, we still didn't get the damage off. We still didn't get her density to where it could be for us to start over on a new path. Again, I'm going to show you an example in a second, but this is something that was going on for years. This is something that's been going on for decades. So most of the time in the conversation, it's like, oh, Black women are so scissor happy. But I have a question for you, right? Are Black women scissor happy, or are Black women in denial about how long and how damaged their hair is? Because the reality of the situation is most Black women come into their hair appointments and they're like, oh, my hair is so long. I've been doing this. I haven't put heat on my hair. I haven't been doing this. I've been using rice water and, you know, flaxseed nipple juice, and everything's been fine. And then we blow dry the hair, we straighten the hair, and it looks like this. And there's no way that we can make a damaged hair shaft look good. It actually will damage it more. Most cosmetologists aren't going to sit there and give you a full scientific breakdown that takes 30-45 minutes, but I'll give it to you real quick and short. When you have split ends that look like this, when you have hair that looks like this, right? What ends up happening is most likely you have massive hair shaft disorders. And when we use heat at high temperatures and when we curl and try to style the hair shaft disorder is not going to allow us to do it. So no matter what we do to your hair, it's not going to look good. No matter what style we put in it, no matter how much holding spray we put in it, your hair will not hold it because you have a hair shaft disorder. So when I asked you earlier, who did a better job between stylists number one, right? Professional number one and professional number two. My favorite was professional number one because she still gave her the science, but she didn't have to be rude or nasty or disrespectful. She didn't make her feel bad for her decisions. She was just honest, blunt, and transparent with her, and she was able to make her decision. And by her making that decision as a professional cosmetologist, she made hers along with it. Like, I'm sorry, well, at this point I won't be able to curl or anything to your hair. But if you look at her hair right now, you can clearly see this woman right here is younger than the woman who refused to get her hair cut. This is the beginning stages of what that older woman was dealing with. And the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And whether Black women want to be honest at this point right now or not, this is reality. Black women do not want to let go of damaged hair to the point where cosmetologists like myself and like the cosmetologists in this video are looked at as scissor happy, where in reality, we're not scissor happy. You're just in denial about how healthy your hair is, right? So I was able to give her a vanity metric and make it look good. But if we don't keep up with regular trims, if we don't keep up with a regular regimen, then her hair wouldn't reach its fullest potential. I did send her home with the regimen, but she didn't live in Nevada. Most people came out to Las Vegas to see me. So I didn't know the next time I would be able to see her again. But this was the best I can do, all for a vanity metric. Now, Now, does it look good for this moment? Yeah, but will it look good when she gets home? Not necessarily, right? This is a whole nother story. This was one of my regular clients, right? And we had a lot going on. So she was team natural too. All of the wash and goes, all of the twist styles, all of the apple cider vinegar, all of the things, right? Everything you can possibly think of, the flaxseed gel, all of the things that you guys are using right now. The majority of people that are using different hair product hacks, you guys think that is new, but it's not. It's so old. And again, this video is about 7 years old, and it is going to look identical to the video that you just saw at the very, very beginning. And that video was recent, within 2026, right? So something that I really, really want you to think about, if you're new to my channel, then you may not know about it and we won't go deep into detail here, but there have been so much confusion for years across YouTube about me, like, oh, she only specializes in relaxers and she only does straight hair. No, baby, it's not that I specialize in straight hair and I can only do straight hair. The thing is, the majority of my clients just wanted me to round brush their hair, because at the time, even though a lot of people use a round brush now, at the time, I was one of the only black hairstylists, black cosmetologists that used a round brush in the way that I use it. Right now, you see it all the time, but when I was standing behind the chair, when I first got behind the chair, it wasn't a thing that the majority of black women were doing, right? So my clients would come from all over for the experience, and they knew that this was a treatment-based appointment. So every blue moon, again, I would have a client like the one that you just saw that really, really didn't realize how damaged her hair was. And sometimes it's just way too much for people to collect all at one time, and all I could do is give them my honest and truthful opinion, and it's up to them to make the decision on what is best for them. But it's never my decision. I won't say that everything that pro number 2 said was wrong, because it wasn't. The hair will continue to split up the hair shaft and all of the things. The one thing that she said, oh, black people don't need to detangle their hair, is absolutely insane. But as it pertains to black women holding on to length, black women not wanting to let go, these are the things that really stifle hair growth and length retention, because the hair grows. That's not the problem. But most black women are not able to retain length. And I remember when I was doing round brushing, most people were like, oh my God, the round brushing must be so painful. It's not. And one thing that I love about cameras, you can zoom in. And even now on YouTube, especially if you're on your phone, you can zoom in on my round brush. And as you zoom in on my round brush, you will see that there is none of her hair in the brush. None of it. All that I am doing is setting her bond with my round brush, and I am manipulating as many strands of her hair as I possibly can at one time. Now, right now, it is a little more difficult for me to get the round brush through her hair because she has so many broken ends, and because her hair shaft disorder in this case is pretty excessive. Now, when we're talking about excessive hair shaft disorders, I'm going to be honest with you. In cosmetology school, they don't go over all of the hair shaft disorders. You learn about the basics like split ends, but it is when you go to school to be a trichologist that you learn about scalp infections and hair shaft disorders in depth. So the majority of cosmetologists don't understand what's happening to your ends unless they really, really go deep into the science of hair. A lot of cosmetologists go back to school to be trichologists, so they can really, really treat the human hair shaft like that. But one of the other pros, pro number 2, where she went wrong, even if you go look at the full video, I did a full piece on her, link in the description box below. When you go look at her video, and a lot of cosmetologists like her, they don't know how to blow dry the hair properly. And the key to the perfect silk press and the key to the best haircut on curly hair is making sure that you get it as stretched as possible. So so many professional cosmetologists or so many people love to skip the blow drying part and like, oh, I'm just gonna let it dry under the dryer some and then I'll try to comb through it as I go. That's what messes you up, because your blow dry technique isn't right. The difference between a cosmetologist who gives you a silk press that's gonna last through any weather, no matter what's happening, through any form of humidity, is going to be one that knows the difference between a good or a bad blowout. Now, you can see her hair is so damaged. Like, her hair shaft disorder is so excessive, it's so extensive. I would give you tell you what her hair shaft disorder was, but again, this video is over 7 years old and I don't have her records in front of me at all, so I don't want to lie to you and give you the wrong hair shaft disorder. But this is where we were, right? Because of all of the practices that she had, this is how her hair looked. And her mother is a braider here in Vegas, so that's why her ends kind of look like they were attempted to be trimmed, but they weren't trimmed the right way. And so this is why we were in this position. And some people would say, like, I remember when I first uploaded this video, I'll leave the original video link in the description box below. There were so many people like, oh my god, you're scissor happy, you cut too much of her hair, you cut too much of her hair. But the reality of it is, when Black women let go of the hair and the ends that no longer serves them, it's easier for them to retain the length that they have left on their head. Because guess what? As I'm cutting her hair, new hair is growing in. And as long as her patterns and her routine are conclusive to her hair shaft and her scalp's profile, then she'll be fine. Here on the screen, you've seen multiple times people who have taken the 7-day challenge, who've taken the growth cycle blueprint, right? And they're like, oh my God, Sin, this has completely changed my life forever. And it's because now that I no longer stand behind the chair, of course, I didn't leave from behind the chair like, I'm not helping anybody. No, I did it from a wider range, because the truth of the matter is I can only do so many people's hair in a day, but I can teach hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people how to have the proper patterns and routines. And I've done that. So if you want to sign up to join the 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint, then make sure you check the link in the description box below. If you need to reset all of your patterns, you want to learn how to blow dry your hair the right way. What are the best shampoos and conditioners you're supposed to use, right? How exactly do I trim my hair? How exactly do I do a roller set? How exactly do I blow dry and round brush? What's best? All of those details, that is within the blueprint. And the name is exactly what it sounds like. I give you the blueprint from start to finish. And after you make it through the full course, if there is something that confuses you that you want me to go deeper into, or maybe something that I didn't touch on in the course, that's what the blueprint is about. You can come back in there and you can ask me 50 million questions, girl, and I will make a video specifically for you. But then the growth cycle blueprint, it is so amazing, and I am really, really excited to have you. And I'm not forgetting about you with the 7-day reset. The 7-day reset is absolutely amazing as well, but this is for somebody who may have a scalp infection or something that they feel like is going on that they want to fix really quickly, or somebody who just really, really needs a brand new pattern to learn exactly what to do with their hair on a really basic level. Maybe your damage isn't too bad, you just need a pattern, a routine, and a system. Then yes, the reset is for you, right? So make sure you check the links in the description box, right? But at this point, I am point cutting her hair because the breakage and the way that it's set up now, it literally has her hair cut in the mullet. And her breakage is like in the mullet. And the majority of that is because of the Team Natural cuts. If you can look at her haircut, it was so choppy. It was like cut in a mullet, because contrary to popular opinion, you are not supposed to cut curly hair when it is wet. You're only supposed to cut hair when it is stretched, not when it's swollen. And curly hair is swollen when it is wet. And right now her hair is stretched at its maximum, right? And now I can see her hair, I can see her ends, I can see what needs to go, I can see what can stay, and all of the things. But if I just left her hair curly, if you rewind her hair back to the very beginning, her ends look beautiful. When her hair is curly, her curls look juicy, her hair looks moisturized and hydrated. Is that what y'all like to say? All of the things. But then once her hair is blown out and once her hair is straightened, you can see the true reality of her hair. And to me, this is just my professional opinion from a cosmetologist that was in the industry for over a decade. When people say cosmetologists are scissor happy, there are some cosmetologists that are dusty. I think we've already established that, but those aren't the ones that I'm talking about. When you find a real good professional cosmetologist, we are not being scissor happy. You have extremely damaged hair, and you really thought coming into your appointment that your hair was a lot healthier than it was, because Team Natural has made Black women believe that as long as their hair looks shiny and greasy and oily, and as long as their curls look fluffy, that their hair is healthy. And that's not true. It's not. You can wear your hair curly if that's what you want to do. I have another video coming up next about the different forms of flexi rod sets and perm rod sets and roller sets and all of the things, and how they can be done on all textures. But when it comes down to it, again, we're not scissor happy. We understand that it's not until you let go of the things that no longer serve you that your hair will reach its fullest potential. Now look at her hair right now. This is how her hair looks after we got rid of all of the breakage, all of the damage. I am happy to say that she was one of the clients that went ahead and let me do my job, right? She did not argue with me. She was like, dang, that's messed up, girl. I thought I was gonna be out here. But she was completely open to me getting rid of the things that needed to go. And I was the one that was hurt and upset about the layers that I had to put in her hair because of the curly cuts. So when you hear me here on YouTube complaining about how much I can't stand curly cuts, this is why. And this is one of the main reasons. But they get away with it because you are so anti straight hair. You're so anti blow drying your hair. You're never going to see it until it's too late. And then by the time you end up seeing it, it's in a cosmetologist like me chair. And by this time, you've had those curly cuts 50,000,011 times, right? And you've had those curly cuts years ago. So all you're blaming is the cosmetologist that's in front of you, where in reality, the cosmetologist that you're calling scissor happy is really just the first person to see your hair in its true state. Because it's been lying to you. Because our curls lie to us. And you guys just saw it with your own eyes. You just saw two different women whose curls look beautiful and juicy until it was straightened. And once it's straightened, it's a whole nother story. And like I said, these videos are super old, but I have videos that are a little bit more recent than 7 years. And when I tell you the curly cut thing, it looks the same across the board. Black women's hair has been completely destroyed, and it's still being destroyed by women who do curly cuts, by women who call themselves like, oh, Team Natural hairstylist, or whatever you want to call them. Whatever you want to call it. The hair looks really cool. Everything look real cute while it's curly. But I'm sorry, as a professional cosmetologist for over a decade, it's crazy to me that a group of women would be okay with somebody selling them something for hundreds of dollars and telling you like, hey, your hair will look good as long as you leave it like this. As long as your hair stays curly, you'll be good. The cut will look good. But I mean, if your hair is straight, it won't look good. That's BS. Because a professional cosmetologist is trained in a way where she or he knows how to cut your hair in a way that your haircut is going to be beautiful and precise, whether it is straight or curly. There are not two different techniques that you are supposed to cut curly hair in. It's not. It's made up. And the more they twist and flick their wrist and flip their middle fingers and twirl their fingers around with product in their hair, the more it looks like something amazing's happening, when in reality there is really just all a vanity metric to make you believe that the price that you're paying for them to just shampoo, condition your hair and put a whole bunch of products in it and then dry it makes you believe that it's actually worth the price. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Again, yes, there are plenty of cosmetologists that are scissor happy. There are plenty of cosmetologists that have nasty and disgusting bedside manners, just like there are doctors that have nasty and disgusting bedside manners. But there are also professional cosmetologists that love their jobs. They're so into the health of the hair that they'll refuse services to you. Those are the cosmetologists that you guys need to go book. And I think the problem comes into play where everybody puts all black cosmetologists in the same category. And I don't do hair anymore, but when I did, I was not in that category. If you go back and look at my videos, there aren't 50 million people in there. My client got my undivided attention. And as you can see, this was a 3-week appointment, you guys. This was 3 weeks later. And as you can see, her hair is back in that thing, right? She has not, oh Lord, I didn't mean to say 3 weeks. I meant to say 3 months, almost 3 months. But this is what 3 months of consistency will get you. Her density, the length, we got everything back that we cut off plus more. So when you go in to see a cosmetologist and you haven't had your hair done for a long time, I just need you to be realistic with yourself. If you haven't had a trim in 5 years, if you haven't had a trim in 4 years, don't expect to walk into the hair salon and just get a couple of centimeters cut off, because that's not the reality of it. And I really encourage you to, the next time you go into the hair salon, before they get ready to trim your hair, before you say no, just ask them if they can see, if they could take a picture and show it to you. Ask them to take a picture and show it to you on the white cape. And then you don't have to cut it at that time. It's on you. But really, really think about that. And cosmetologists out there, I know that we are so passionate about the health of hair. We know that black women can have long, beautiful, and bouncy hair if they just let those dead ends go. But y'all, we can't force them to do it. And it's giving us a really bad reputation. Let the cars fall where they may. And in that hair, baby, let them play, because it is becoming a little bit too much. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Before we move on to any other content or to any other reaction videos, I really wanted to hop into this, and I really wanted to show you when I was standing behind the chair. Even though this video is super old, you guys, cosmetologists are not scissor happy. We really, really study and are in love with the science of hair, and we understand that you cannot get from point A to Z without getting rid of all of the other things that no longer serve you, especially your split and broken ends. So again, let's talk in the comments. I love you guys so much. Bye.